What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. As you can see, Bitcoin is still above $20,000 and pushing. Let's get this adjusted. So, last video we talked about how I was planning to enter into Ethereum on the breakout of its ascending triangle. So here we are. It has broken out, yes. I'm fully out of the position. I will update that in a minute. Now you may be asking, well, Jacob, why did you get out of the position here when your target is up here at 760? And it's because I can't not take profits when they're in front of me. So who knows if that's a good decision or not, but I can always re-enter, maybe on a retest. This is the first time I've kind of looked at it all day, zoomed out, and it does look a little ridiculous that I sold there. But honestly, I made 50% return on my entire portfolio in this trade. I was pretty high leveraged, pretty high risk there. Like I said, the whole portfolio could have been liquidated if the price dropped down to here. So it was quite a risky trade. Maybe if we hover up a bit more, I'd like to see a correction before I hop in for a move up. But we are breaking out of this ascending triangle, which is very, very bullish to see. You can see we're actually hovering above the last high there that Ethereum made on the 1st of December. Bitcoin also, wow. Anyone who's talking about Bitcoin and says there's anything about this chart that's bearish is completely out of their mind. This is insanely bullish, an upwards trending channel. Everything's just growing and expanding. We just popped through 20K, and it's not like we popped through 20K, went to 20,100 and then pulled back. We popped, and we are continuing to push. Like, my God, look at these girthy 4-hour candles. We haven't closed a single red candle yet. Insane, truly insane. What a great, great, great thing to see. Yeah, so that's awesome, and we'll get into the Ethereum trade. So, let me just... here. Okay, so this is Bitcoin, and here we are in Ethereum. So last time I showed the video, we were around this area, and today while I was at work, the price obviously pumped up very nicely. Our entry was at 620, so this is the position down here. If you can see, maybe I'll scroll down just a little bit so it's a better view. Okay, so our entry right here was at 620, right where this green line is. And the price did move up all the way to 653, so that is a 5% move on Ethereum. Of course, we were using 15x leverage, so I think in total I was leveraged up to 2.33 Ethereum was my exposure, and my risk was pretty much the whole account, which at the time was like $60. Now no, it was more. It was $100. It was $98 at the time, and now we're sitting up here at 151 total equity, which is really nice. We just added like a 50% winner to the account. Feels really good today. You can see here our daily realized P&L is $52, which is actually the original amount I deposited into this account. So we're now triple our original deposit, which feels great. Yeah, basically this thing was just moving up all day while I was at work, and I kept going back to my locker at work and just trimming off pieces, which is what I was taught to do in TTG. You know, as you're in you never want to let a winning position go against you. So as this thing pumped up higher and higher, I just kept trimming bits off, and when I look at the overall chart, it looks pretty ridiculous how much this move actually could potentially go, and I'm fully out here. Like, this thing's got room, man. It is crazy. The whole sphere right now is exploding. When crypto's like this, it's literally like taking candy from a baby. Like, it is the easiest way to make money I can possibly think of and have ever experienced. Like, it is wild when it's like this. It's great. Absolutely great. Anyways, so filled prices here. So you can see, I scroll down. This is our entry right here. So I guess it filled us 3 separate times. At 621.45, so we have 2 Ethereum there plus the 0.33, so we were long 2.33 Ethereum, which is, you know, decent amount. It's over like a grand. Yeah, it's over, like, it's like $1,300. And then as you can see, our first take profit was up here at 644, which is right here. Our second, third, fourth, they're all around 650, 652, and our best was 653.65, and that was almost at the top here. 653. Looks like 654 was the top, so we kind of top ticked that last tier out, which is really awesome. I only have a very small piece left, 0.14 left over, which is basically nothing, but I just wanted to keep it open to show you guys the position that it was up about 50%. To keep this up, the daily realized P&L 52, and yeah, our liquidation price was at 585, so if the price did have a huge dump, we might have lost the account, but I think the next trades I'll go into as this account grows will just be risking less and less of the account, because when you originally deposit $50, you kind of got a giver, and then now as it starts to grow, I have a bit more room. So if we go over here, I can look at my closed P&L, and finally this thing has made some movement. My last video I showed you guys how it was kind of looked pretty boring. I don't think it's actually updated yet. Maybe tomorrow or something it'll have a spike up. But yeah, we are looking pretty nice now. We're kind of been chopping around. The lowest this account did go, I did technically have $13 left. So we made $150 from $13 basically at one point. So that's effing awesome. Great returns, great trading, great market, great environment. Bitcoin's over all-time high. Like, guys, this is just getting started. If you guys want to, you know, come trade and stuff on Bybit with me, feel free. But one thing that I'm actually learned in my whole year or so of day trading is that, you know, time in the market will always beat timing the market. So instead of going after these one-day choppy-ass small caps, I think I'm really going to try and make some big long trending moves, and that brings us into the next part of this video. So what I'm going to do right now is just exit this whole position. We'll close the last little bit there by market. So our total equity now is up to 150 on the account. So we've tripled our original money, which was a $50 deposit. Great trading. Everything's going well. And I will update you guys on what I think is going to happen next. It's pretty crazy right now. I don't really know my next move right now. But, like, yeah, I'm just going to hold my spot bag. You know, I got a decent little bag of Ethereum and Bitcoin. Those are up huge. So I'm just going to ride it, man. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm expecting a retest of 20K at some point. But, you know, I've seen when a sector gets hyped like this, we've seen this all the time in the stock market, they just can go, man. Especially nowadays with everybody's access through, like, Robinhood. And everybody has a phone, man. Everybody has access to buy this stuff, man. Like, it could literally go to the moon. There's literally no resistance up here. So, pretty exciting. So that brings us into Hex. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Hex before, but it's a altcoin created by this guy named Richard Hart. He is a long-time Bitcoiner, has been in the space a long time, knows his shit. And basically it's an ERC20 token built on Ethereum. And the cool thing about this token is that you are able to buy it and stake it. So it's basically, the way it was created is it's supposed to mimic a CD deposit in like the US, where you lock your money away for like 5-10 years and you gain interest on your money. So I've been researching this. I'm not going to go in depth, but I've definitely been doing my sort of research, reading over and over and over the website, how everything works, and I ended up staking some Hex. So I took some Ethereum and I converted it into Hex. I took so I took 16,000 Hex, which is at half a cent. So 16,000 times 0.005. So yeah, I took about $80 and I staked it for 15 years in this smart contract. So what it is it's an Ethereum smart contract, and you send your Hex there, and it basically locks it there for you for the amount you choose. And I chose pretty much the longest amount of time, 15 years, which is pretty crazy. I don't think I actually realized how long 15 years is, but basically yeah, this is it. It's like, here, I'll show you. Hex stake for 15 years. So this is the staking hash right here. So basically this is the transaction hash. This is on Etherscan, so it's a verified transaction, smart contract, unalterable. Like this thing is set in stone right now. Yeah, so this is the timestamp of when I did it on December 14th, so 2 days ago. This is my Ethereum address that it came from. So I basically staked this amount of hex and I sent it to the original origin address of hex, the creator's address. And yeah, like that's basically it. Now it's locked there for 15 years. So what that's going to do, this is the hex address. So you can see that this is the market cap here. I think it's at 2.8 billion. You know, there's just under 200,000 addresses. Yeah, you guys should check it out. It's pretty cool. I don't really know if it's a good idea or not, but I know that I don't really need that $80 for the next 15 years, and this is kind of what I'm going to start to do. Is I do believe in the future of crypto, and I think that, like, imagine if you bought Bitcoin in 2009 for $70 worth of Bitcoin and you held it till today and you weren't even able to sell it, because that's what happened to a lot of people. Is they did buy Bitcoin when it was like $1, but they just sold it when it was $2, right? So this kind of forces you, and it's good for me. You just saw the example, right? Like, this is the trade I was going to do, and I sold it all here. This is a common issue for me, selling too early. So it's kind of cool. I'm like forced to stay in this for 500, almost 6,000 more days, which is about 15 years. So yeah, yeah, it's just locked in there, and you earn interest the longer you stake, so you get more hex coin, as well as obviously if the price goes up. This thing's at half a cent right now. As the price goes up, you also profit from the price increase. So if we look here, I've staked it for 2 days. So far I've earned 53 hex, which at half a cent is oops. So that's 26 cents I've earned so far. But if you go 26 cents earned in 2 days, you know, times, let's say, what do I have it in for? Almost 5,500 days. So, you know, that could be the potential profit right there in 5 years. If the hex price stays at half a cent, you know, if hex goes up to like $1 maybe, or even, you know, back to its all-time high at 1 cent, you know, that could be huge. You know, like, what is it? It's a half a cent right now. I could already double my money if it goes back to its all-time high. This thing is something I'm not going to try and, like, trade. It's in there for 15 years, so, like, you know, I ain't fucking around. Like, this thing is fucking locked up. So, yeah, whatever. That's something cool that I did. It's cool what he built. I really, you know, respect the guy. I think he knows his shit. Like, this coin is the real fucking deal. Like, it's audited. The guy knows his software development. Like, I don't know anything about that, but I know he knows everything about it. So I'm just gonna go with what he knows. You know, like, that's kind of what you have to do in this space. Is I'm not a coder. I'm not a technician. I don't know how to look at the code. But when you know a guy who does, and he builds something like this, you throw in $70 and see what happens in over a decade. You know, like, what if I pull that out and it's 20K? That's basically a free 20K. You never know. You know, lots of people my age will go spend that much on drinks at the club in one night. So I think this is a pretty cool thing that I'm going to start doing, just buying these assets, because they're just so in their infancy stage. This whole ecosystem, I think, is really going to take over the world, and it's really cool that I am just putting these tiny little bets, you know, and some of them are just going to go like 5,000x, you know. So yeah, maybe more, 10,000x or something. That'd be pretty cool. Like, maybe I'll make $1 million off this. You never know. It happened with Bitcoin. You know, people who bought Bitcoin at the beginning, $70 worth, are millionaires today. It's a fact. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That is pretty much it. I don't really know what trade I'm going to take right now. The whole market is pretty overextended in my opinion. I wouldn't surprise me if there was like a mega dump back to 20K or anything. Right now, as long as we're over 20K, man, the sky's the limit. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. Let me know if you have any questions about Bybit or what I think about any sort of crypto, or if you want to know more about Hex or anything. If you like these crypto videos, as you know, I've been focusing on this more than stocks lately because small caps just kind of seem dead and boring. So if you guys like this stuff, you know, hopefully you like the content still. You know, maybe I'll probably go back to small caps once this dies down and they heat up. So, you know, I'm very flexible as a trader. I'll go where the money is. Right now the money's in crypto. So yeah, that's it, guys. Have a good night. Adios.